Street art changes from city to city, adapting to its surroundings. We've come to Madrid, the centre of European street art, to give us some insight.
There is good vibes in the air. I mean, here and in Madrid in general lately, it's good, but there is lots of people doing things.
In Madrid, there is enough space to paint. We're not going to get in trouble because they are going to paint over you and things like that. I think that the people who owns the thing, they like it. So they quite often clean it for me. So it's kind of sweet.
We kind of have permission to paint the whole road because it's where the studio is. And we are just like, every time somebody comes from around, like this is our friend Torsen from Barcelona, or Pelucas, or more graph writers from Madrid. We just invite people to paint and have a beer or something. Then we have the studio. This is made by Louis. Louis, 3TT Man is his artist name. We were looking for a space to work, and then we saw that this was abandoned. It's been abandoned for a long, long time. This is Louis' space. Hola, hola. It was destroyed when we arrived, and we are building everything ourselves. This is my place. This is the kitchen. We're making lunch.
I don't have a graffiti background. I never paint a train. I don't know how to do a drawing with a spray can. I'm just a painter, and I am interested in doing the street work.
Nano!
Usually when you work with somebody else, it's usually freestyle or spontaneous and improvise.
The police have just been and gone, and they've let them carry on painting. So Nano, why have they done that?
Technically we are not painting a wall.
Why aren't you painting a wall?
Because we are painting on top of billboards. Sketchbooks are kind of like what I like most of doing. I always have like 3 or 4 at the same time. I never really thought about myself as an illustrator, even though what I do is basically illustration. The fact that it's illegal painting in the street, I think it's really important, and it's an important element of the act, you know.
You can show your work on a public space, so you don't have the problem to show to a gallerist, to show to somebody to know your work.
What drives you to keep working on the street?
The important thing for me is that the people stop there, and it's like a silence in the middle of the city, like an open space to their own reflection.
As the interest in street art has grown, so has the commercial market. How does this affect an art form that was once cult and underground, and is it being undermined by people more concerned with profit than art?
I think it's more about being able to show the work in a good environment, whether it's something that's suited to, you know, a dingy Dickensian basement, or whether it's something that's suited to something monumental. In the last 10 years, been putting up a lot of stuff on the streets, and now it seems like it's nice to be able to put stuff up that's going to last for, you know, slightly longer. But I think the whole nature of all of this is, it's just another form of conflict. There's a conflict of people who want to turn it into commodity. There's a conflict of people who want to take things that are supposed to be free, peel them off the walls, put them onto a canvas, and then put a price tag on them. Once you do take street art off the streets, it just becomes art.
What I find a bit sort of ridiculous about street art, especially when you see what kind of Banksy and some of those other kind of characters are doing, the content of their messages is so sort of obvious. They're making money out of a pose, and the pose is rebellion, but that was always the first thing that you could sell back to rebels, you know, that's the joke. Once you've got a market, an art market, that's decided that it can sell something to people, that it's got interest from collectors, it's going to do as much as it possibly can to pump that up.
The Banksy behind me, 130, 140. The best way to describe the market is it's young,
It's new, it's exciting. I think Banksy really kick-started the market, firstly through the high-profile media attention he's given to urban art, and secondly to the prices that he has achieved at auction and in the galleries.
130.
The bottom's auctions was weird because you've got this really posh set of people, you've got a really posh auctioneer and a really posh auction house, and they're selling stuff that has like coppers that are giving you the finger and gorillas with bazookas. You've bought into the brand status of Banksy or any of these other artists, and you'll have it on your wall and someone else won't. That's just the same thing as any kind of other branded lifestyle statement to do with a luxury good.
Banksy is not involved in the show. This is an independent exhibition drawn from the secondary market. It's always nicer to work closely with the artist, and of course in this case neither do we represent him nor are we so much in touch with him because nobody really knows who he is. Everybody's buying. That's the phenomena I think that we're seeing on the commercial side. Everybody's buying.
You know, the secondary market's as old as art itself. You know, Picasso, Van Gogh sold their art or exchanged their art to live for food, for drink. So it's just a modern day rendition of that. The gallery and the street should coexist. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. And I think the gallery offers an opportunity to artists to explore different mediums, different techniques, different finishes that they can't necessarily explore when they're working in the street.
How do you think money has changed people's perception of street art?
It's interesting that this sort of debate or topic has become sort of the focus of the work that's going into the street. The question was never, oh, this is vandalism. It's like, Banksy's just done a new piece on the side of this person's wall. He's given them a £300,000 piece of work.